And moving ahead, now we have a corporate presentation, and it's all about from farm to fork. GFSI benchmarked certification program building food safety across a trusted and transparent global food supply chain. And to present this presentation, may I now request Mr. Jibandip Mandal, Food and Beverages Head from DNV. Can we have a big round of applause for Mr. Mandal? Requesting you, sir, to kindly take it forward.
Hello. Thank you, Khushbu.
Thank
Okay, so good morning, delegates. Yeah, so I'm delighted to be a part of this event, and I'm grateful to become the speaker for this event. Short introduction from my side, those he has given. My name is Jibandip Mandal, and it's been more than 2 decades now I'm associated with the food industries in quality control, auditing, assessment, and training, so in various ways. And the topic which has been given to me, if you can run this, please. Yeah, topic is a little lengthy. You can see the Farm to Fork GFSI benchmark certification program, building trust in food safety across trusted and transparent global supply chain. So let us see. We'll start with some facts, yeah, which have been published in the news in recent years, like from 2022 to 2025, roughly around 1 in 6 samples tested failed. Okay, by the authorities who have tested this and not meeting the standard of food safety. And because of this, there are more than 1,100 food business licenses were cancelled by the authorities. Few more facts, like India, the enforcement agency, they intensified in 2025 and 26 financial year. And they have inspected nearly 4 lakhs inspection, out of which the interesting fact is 17% of the samples inspected fail. And because of that, there were more than 150 crores penalties imposed by the enforcement agency. To be very precise, 154.87 crores penalties imposed by the enforcement agency. Here, in Indian context, the enforcement agency is FSSI, Food Safety Standard Authority of India. Okay, leading to, you will not believe, there were roughly around 945 recalls happened. Some more facts, according to WHO, 600 million people, almost in, if you see the global population, almost in 1 in 10 fall sick after eating contaminated food. Every year, this is the yearly data. So you can see the challenges and the risk associated with managing the food safety global supply chain. Okay, so let us discuss little more about the challenges, what is there, the global food safety supply chain facing nowadays. So first is that the recall, product recalls are happening because of the many reasons. The main reason is the food contamination, food fraud, etc., etc. There are many reasons. Regulatory compliance failure. Stricter regulations are coming day by day from different countries, and they are imposing in the food supply chain. Quality control, though we have the quality control in all organizations, in all across food safety supply chain, but it has got some limitations. So that we have to agree, that its quality control is always reactive, and it's always sample-based. We are not able to do 100% sample checks. It may not be possible, and it's expensive. And nowadays, more and more, the processes, food production processes or the operations is becoming complex because of the new technologies, new equipments, and in turn, that is adding hazard in the food safety supply chain. And lastly, the trade barrier. Doing business from here to other parts of the world is becoming difficult because the buyers are coming up with the new requirements, new licensing, new certifications, and so on. Right? So these are basically the challenges, though we consider now the world is one, and world food business market, the chain, is basically the local food market. Okay. So what is the solution? How we can overcome this? So I will introduce GFSI here, Global Food Safety Initiative. So this is the organizations which is in turn supporting us, maintaining the traceability, transparency, traceability, and providing safe food to the consumers worldwide. So this GFSI was just a minute. Sorry. Hello. Yeah. So GFSI was established in the year 2000. This is the landmark initiative of the Consumer Goods Forum. So you all know that there is a Consumer Goods Forum worldwide, and their vision is to provide safe food everywhere to the consumers all across the globe. And their mission is continuously improve the food safety management system and ensuring the compliance in the delivery while in the worldwide in the consumer and in the food supply chain. But what does they do? So their specific job is in three categories. One is that the benchmarking and harmonization of the requirements all across the globe for the certification, you can say. So we'll come to that. They also support in capacity building and public-private cooperation. And their tagline is, "One certified, recognized everywhere in the globe." Let us see further in details the benefits beyond the compliance. What GFSI is doing, it's the benefits beyond the compliance. Since they are harmonizing the program, it's called certification program, they are coming up with their benchmarking requirements. So the consistency is maintained across the globe when the product is being manufactured in any corner of the world. And the scheme, it becomes GFSI recognized. And as per their tagline, if it is recognized, then it is accepted everywhere. So once certified through a GFSI certification program, then it is recognized everywhere. And the other benefits is like it provides smoother cross-border trade. It becomes a passport for trading, for doing business. Reduces risk of recall through their hazard analysis critical control system, which is a robust system. And it's the basis of any food safety management system. Stricter traceability, quality controls in the system across the food chain. And of course, it enhances the brand image of the organizations when the organization is certified to any of the GFSI certification program. Consumers' trust and confidence, it enhances the consumer trust and the confidence through the assurance that the product meeting highest standard. So they set the standard, and in turn, the certification program owner, they adopt it, and it becomes a requirement for the organizations who is going for the certification for any GFSI benchmark scheme. Okay, it addresses food fraud, food defense issues, regulatory compliance. It is aligned with major regulatory requirements, including the US FDA, EU, and of course the other requirements. Operational cost. Once the organizations is certified to the scheme, any of the GFSI recognized scheme, then there is a trust build up among the buyers, okay, or the customers anywhere in the world. So they do not come for the repeated audits. So the reduction in the duplication of the audits. So this is also happening. Okay, so duplicates audits are reduced. They have the global market program, the next feature of GFSI scheme. They have the global market program through which the organization's capabilities are improved. And then lastly, they also support in multi-stakeholder collaboration. Like always, the organization is there, it's the private sector maybe, and then the public sector is the regulators. So they support in collaboration between the organizations, the private sector, and the public sector with the regulators. Okay, so why GFSI benchmark schemes are different from others? Some of the features, which are the focus features, like the unannounced audit. So you might have heard about this unannounced audit term. So they have this requirement when they are evaluating the certification program owners. They have the requirements like the certification program owners should adopt the requirement of doing unannounced audit. It is around 10%. So they say that for the primary sectors like the agriculture, farming, it's 10% of the total audits for the year or in that cycle, and 1 in 3 years for the other sectors. Similarly, for the auditor rotations, in the GFSI benchmark scheme, there is a requirement of auditor rotation, that the same auditor will not be doing audit for in consecutives for more than 2 or 3 or 4. So here it is mentioned 3 for certain scheme, and for certain scheme it is 6. They also ask for the evidences of correction. Okay, once if there is any non-conformity is identified, they ask for the evidences of correction within a time frame. So then without any further delay. So they also here prevent the contaminated food or likely to be contaminated food is entering into the food chain. Communication is another important focus point from the GFSI point of view. So if there is any significant public food safety incident happening anywhere, then that has to be reported. And I think this, in FSSI also, if there is any incident is happening, including the product recall. So now in India also there is a regulations from FSSI that the organization has to report to the FSSI, right, regulator. And here GFSI scheme, what GFSI is asking that the organization should report to the certification body. And in turn, the certification body will report to the program owner. Yeah, the program owner, when I am saying it's like your FSSC. I'll come to that later on. And the robust integrity program. Okay, so the certification bodies, how they are performing is also being measured, and this requirement is coming from the GFSI. Okay, but one important thing you should note is that GFSI is not a certification body, or it's not a program owner. So GFSI is approving the programs, certification programs, like FSSC, BRCGS, Global Gap. In that way, there are various program owners, so they are benchmarking them and bringing requirements from them, and they should adopt it, and then they impose it through their requirement to the organizations who is going to get certified, right? So this is the job of GFSI. Just a glimpse, the schemes presently which are GFSI benchmark across the globe, and if you see the schemes from them, the food chain starting from the primary sector till the product reaches to the consumer, everywhere some or other schemes are applicable. So in that way, the entire food chain is covered. So that is why the term farm to fork. And the fact is that as of now, over 150,000 certificates have already been issued by certification program owner who are benchmarked by GFSI. in more than 160 countries. Okay. Yeah, so here some of the prominent schemes where the demand is more. If we consider the Indian scenario, the scheme like BRCGS, its the full form is brand reputation through compliance, global standard. Another one is the FSSC 22000, Food Safety System Certification, and then the global gap. These three, I should say, if we cover from the primary sector till the product is reaching to the consumers. Though other programs are also there, but the demand is not that much in Indian context. Okay, so let us come to the program owners or the scheme owner, if you say. So FSSC is a scheme owner or the program owner for the FSSC 22,000 scheme. They also have another scheme like for 24,000, that is for the social management. What is important is that this FSSC is a non-profit foundation. This is governed by non-profit foundations, and their assurance structure is through benchmarking. One is benchmarking, second is that the inclusion of the legal requirements or the regulatory requirements like FSMA, Food Safety Modernization Act, and also the preventive controls for the human food. And this scheme is approved by IAF. So this is the assurance structure of this. FSSC is aligned with ISO standard. Though we are talking about FSSC, it's a different scheme owner, but the standard, basic standard for FSSC is ISO 22000. You know that that's the mother standard for food safety management system. So this is aligned with ISO standard, and in turn, since the ISO standards are talking about the risk management, so the risk management is also aligned in the FSSC 22,000 scheme or FSSC scheme. It is contributing to the SDGs, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. You know there are 17 goals, out of which number 12 is talking about the food loss and food waste. So how to reduce that? They have aligned with this. So they brought the requirement on this sustainable SDG goals of goal number 12, and also they support the partner through their database. Their database is called the My FSSC, where once the organization is certified, it's visible. So anybody can see across the globe, the buyers, so any other consumers, anybody can see. Okay, so FSSC requirements, they explain which requirements are there broadly. Okay, it is consisting of ISO standard, I said, so ISO 22,000. Then in the food chain, there are different sectors, like for the primary till the food reaches to the consumers. So for different sectors, there are different PRPs, prerequisite programs, so hygienic conditions to be maintained in the organizations. And also they have brought in FSSC additional requirements. So FSSC additional requirements to bridge the gap of if there is any shortcoming from the GFSI evaluation. So there, to bridge the gap, the additional requirements are brought in. So consisting of all three requirements, and in addition, if there is any list coming out from board of stakeholders. So board of stakeholders means this is the independent board of stakeholders who are managing the scheme. So without revising the standards, in between two revision, if there is a need in the market and they need to bring in certain requirements, so bring in the BOS list. So if there is any BOS list talking about any requirement, that will also become the requirement for the organizations. So considering all four, the scheme, it is called FSSC or FSSC 22,000. Yeah? Okay. So why it is delivering value beyond the compliance? So the scheme, it provides the integration facility, like for the food safety management system, quality management system can be clubbed together. Though the two different certificates will be issued, but it can be clubbed together. So integration, it's governed by the non-profit foundation and managed by the independent BOS, Board of Stakeholders, and it enhances the transparency throughout the food chain. Apart from this, the scheme is fully GFSI approved. It's based on ISO 22000, sector-specific PRPs, and the additional requirements, robust integrity program, and the license certification bodies with the competent auditor. So they are also monitoring the auditor competency by themselves. Okay, it's not like the CB will only monitor, they will approve the auditor. And it is internationally accepted. The other schemes, like BRCGS, why it matters? So BRCGS is a similar scheme, which is benchmarked by GFSI. So it is also globally recognized, fully benchmarked scheme. And importantly here, one standard. Like in the previous scheme, you have seen there are multiple requirements, ISO 22000, sector-specific PRPs in that way. But here, one standard for a sector. Okay, like food manufacture, if it is it's called BRCGS food. So this is one standard. It will cover all the requirements. So not, multiple requirements the organizations will follow. It covers through their requirements the quality and the hygiene part. Also, they have their directory. Like there we have seen the My FSS is there. They have their directory. It's called BRCGS directory. Once this organization is certified, it would be visible from anywhere in the world. And here, when the standard is implemented, it talks about the quality, legality, authenticity, and the product safety. And it also covers the part of the legislative requirements. Important features like the announced, unannounced audit, corrective action based on root cause analysis, customer and supplier disputes in case of legal disputes, and less audits or reduce audit because the duplication of the audits will be avoided and coverage all aspects of the food chain. BRCGS across the food chain, just some of the examples of the standards. You can see, I'll not, because time is very limited. Yeah. Okay, another one is, so in short, I will say it's the Global Gap IFA certification, and it is available in two versions. The Smart, which is not GFSI approved, and the other one is GFSI approved, and there are 4 standards available. Certification process, some scheme it is 3 years, some scheme it is 1 year. So if in case of 1 year, every year will be the recertification audit. Okay, so I'll show one small video.
Connectivity is changing how consumers buy and how food travels from farm to fork. Between online stores and home meal kits, a new food matrix is emerging. Food is finding new ways to reach consumers, and supply chains are evolving. With non-traditional players entering, traceability is becoming more complex. Consumers may eat differently, but they expect more safety, transparency, and trust. Companies need to assure distribution networks implement sound food safety systems. Talk to us about certification, training, and supplier assurance. We help you build trust in every bite.
Okay, so in DNV, just madam, 1 more minute for me. Yeah, so in DNV, how we can support our organizations delivering trust across the food safety supply chain. So you can see from the primary production till the processing, manufacturing, retailer, distribution, hospitality, and the services. So everywhere we can do the certification of different types, including the traditional certificates, food safety related specific certification programs, and some other certificates, okay, including the training. So training, the traditional training, and also the specific to the food and beverages training, and the schemes which we are covering from farm to fork, from primary till the end, including the sustainability schemes, some of the sustainability schemes. Yeah, and also we deliver training for different functions, like for the auditors, traditional lead auditor, internal auditor trainings, for the operators, management, and for the QA persons. So we have different training models. And a small introduction of DNV. DNV was established in 1864, more than 160 years now in the business, with the purpose of safeguarding life, property, and the environment. And our vision is to be the trusted voice to tackle the global transformations. We have 5 business wings: business assurance, energy, life science, maritime, and the accelerator. And the certification part, certification and training, is coming under the business assurance part. And some key figures and our values. We care, we dare, and we share. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful presentation. May I now request on stage Mr. Praveen Arohi, GM Manufacturing. May I request you he's from DS Group. So let's have a big round of applause for Mr. Praveen Arohi. And requesting you, sir, to kindly felicitate Mr. Mandal. So here Mr. Praveen Arohi is felicitating Mr. Jibandip Mandal, Head Food and Beverages, DNV. Can we have a huge round of applause, everyone?